There's one thing that sellers do that they should never be doing, and it's happening way too often. So I want to talk to you about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flipping Ain't Easy, and in this video I want to talk to you about this one thing. See it all the time and it's unnecessary. It leads to customer confusion, and really if reported it can actually hurt your account. And what am I talking about? Talking about offering a buyer a warranty in your listing, in your item specifics, or even in the item description when you're not the manufacturer and or you're not the authorized distributor for that company. So unless you're an authorized distributor of that item, and most of us are not, an authorized distributor actually has to have an agreement with the manufacturer stating that they're allowed to sell their product, and in doing so the company will usually offer a warranty period similar to the same warranty period that is offered when you buy it in a brick and mortar or directly from the manufacturer. Now 99.99% of us are not authorized distributors. You're just simply selling items that you're buying either in bulk, maybe you're buying it even if you buy it wholesale. Unless you're an authorized distributor, you shouldn't be offering a warranty of any kind beyond the 30 days that eBay tells us. Now you can maybe say 60-day returns, right? But that has nothing to do with the manufacturer. So whether you do 30 days or 60 days, that is the guarantee you're offering your buyer directly, and it has nothing to do with a warranty. That's just simply a return policy. But eBay actually has something about this. The policy is, as it shows here, states that items valued over $15 that include a warranty or service contract must contain additional details in their listing description. You need to include one of the following: the full text of the written warranty or service contract, and a statement explaining how to get a free copy of the written warranty or service contract upon written request. Now, if you're a distributor, you're going to have access to that. Okay, if you are authorized to resell or to sell that particular brand, then the manufacturer is going to give you that information. I come across a lot of listings out there that show a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, or a lifetime. It's offered in the item specifics of the listing. And how do I know this? Well, unfortunately, a lot of you guys don't experience this because you're doing your listings organically. Maybe you have a template set up. You're piggybacking off of your own listings. But a lot of times I'll do sell similar. I'll find the exact item that I'm selling that is sold, and it's usually from another seller, and I will then go in and change the item specifics, or at least check them to make sure that they are correct. And in doing so, I come across the warranty section that's filled in, and I know for a fact these people are selling the used item. These guys are selling like refurbished sometimes, and sometimes they're selling brand new. But most of us sellers on eBay have no business entering in anything in the warranty section beyond 30 days. Okay, there is sometimes a section in there that offers 30 days, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and so forth. Beyond 30 days, that's your return policy. But if you want to put that in there, I don't see anything wrong with it, because you're going to be handling that warranty the same as you would a return. But anything beyond that, of course, anything beyond 30 days, the buyer can't return to you. Anything beyond 60 days, the buyer cannot leave negative feedback. And frankly, anything beyond 90 days, you're looking at now the rep, when they call in to complain, may not even be able to see your listing. They can see the actually you sold the item, just like, you know, you can go in and do a search on what you sold last year, but they can't get into the actual listing itself. And that's one thing that we can't do, and that's one thing that reps can't do. Now, I guess if it's escalated higher, it's quite possible, I'm sure they can do that. But here's the problem. You're causing customer confusion when you enter in warranty information. Yes, maybe on the package it may say 1-year warranty. Maybe it'll say lifetime warranty, right? But unless that buyer has a valid receipt from an actual distributor or a retail store, that doesn't apply to your customers. Okay, it doesn't apply to your everyday buyers who buy from you. And you're just causing buyer confusion. I've read many posts from buyers who are sort of up in arms and feel misled. And you know, eBay, along with that policy I showed you, eBay says, you know, well, you know, if you're caught doing this, which is misleading the customer, you can essentially face various you know, slaps on the wrist all the way up to account suspension. Now, I'm sure this is something that probably hasn't happened often, if at all. But if you're like me and you're one of those sellers that eBay is closely watching, if you have something like that in your listing, they may just take you down. Just like I'm sure they would take me down. That's why I'm not ever going to put a warranty in my listings beyond 30 days, because, you know, I'm warranting this item and through my return policy. But anything above and beyond that, I just think is kind of disingenuous to the buyer, and it's just not a good look. You shouldn't be doing that. And I think sometimes we don't even realize that our listings have that information in there, because we're piggybacking off an existing listing, an existing sold item, and we're not paying close enough attention to the pre-filled in item specifics. And what you're not seeing is sometimes sellers that will put in their free tax. They're going to pay your taxes or no tax on the item. I've seen that. And it makes me wonder how in the world is a seller going to live up to that, because eBay is charging the tax on that transaction. So maybe they're giving the buyer a refund of the amount that the buyer pays if they, you know, complain saying, hey, why am I paying tax? But be very careful when you're piggybacking off of these listings, because there's all kinds of things that people will put in the additional item specifics that maybe they're well intended on honoring, you know, like covering the free tax, or maybe even advertising a warranty that really isn't a warranty. But if you don't pay attention to the item specifics to make sure that it's clear of garbage like that, it can bite you, and you're responsible for the listings that you put up, even if you're piggybacking off of another seller. So be very, very careful. That's the only downfall to using the sell similar feature. But if you're able to navigate through that and just make sure that that junk isn't in there, I think it's probably, in my opinion, the best way, the fastest way to get your item listed with decent item specifics. You know, usually someone who sold an item before you and you're piggybacking off their listing, usually they'll have pretty decent item specifics, and almost always will have the required item specifics in that particular listing. So I want to know your thoughts on this issue. It's not really talked about too much. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone being sanctioned by eBay in any way. Maybe you know of a story, or maybe it's happened to you. Maybe you can put that story down below. I'd like to hear about it. But again, if you're like me, you don't want to be in a position where eBay finds the smallest thing to hold against you. And I just think that it's something that you should be aware of. And look, it's just the right thing to do. Your buyer needs to know what's actually going to happen. They buy that item, it fails in 90 days, because we know a lot of the stuff that we sell can fail beyond our return policy. And the last thing you want is that buyer who may have bought from you before to come calling asking you, well, why are you selling these items and you're not even really offering a true warranty? So if you enjoyed the video, if you like the content, hit that like button. Of course, we make videos all the time, and we try to deliver good quality eBay or reselling information. And if you like that type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell so that when I go live or drop another video like this, you're going to be first to know. So special programming note, guys, as I make this video right now, it's actually Monday evening when I'm making this video. And you're watching this anytime Wednesday or afterward. And that means that I'm just out and about and I have no access to anything. I'm really out in the sticks. Well, in the desert by the river, and there's really no reception for T-Mobile. And I'm working on trying to find a way to get some reception, but it's not likely. And for that reason, this is really the last you're going to hear from me until I return, and that'll be on Monday's live stream. But we do have the live stream that we will be doing on Friday. Jenna is going to host the live stream, and please be there Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And she's going to, start off on some seller-related material. She's going to look some stuff up and, get it started. But then your comments and questions are really what drives that show. So please show up, show your support, and help her through that, because she's been a really good sport in agreeing to host this show. And I think she's going to do well. But no YouTuber can really do well on a live stream without viewer participation. So please be there. Please consider taking some time Friday afternoon, evening, and join the show and contribute to the content. So guys, the message of this video is simple. Be careful when you're using the sell similar feature and you're piggybacking off of another listing. Very good chance that listing is going to have warranty information and or other information that you're not going to want to be associated with. Yet this is just yet another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your week, and we will talk to you very soon.